And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Hyper 1. It is 3point. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the SC2 Terran. It is QuanTa. Here we go. I will need a moment here to set up the player name. I got you. I got you. Un momento. Bam. Beautiful. Beautiful. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It's Gamba time, papi. Let's go. Predictions are now open. Play show bets on who you think will take the series. Again, 3point, I would say, is the heavy favorite. 3point is the reigning SEL champion. But QuanTa is no such either. I do think that QuanTa is one to threaten 3point, and it can be one of the few to bring him down in this tournament. Oh boy. We were able to showcase QuanTa earlier against the aggressive nature of Snogstar, but 3point isn't as cheesy. This time, it is going to be gas first though. Gas pull into a hatchery here from 3point is going to be prioritizing link speed. Now, this is more commonplace in this matchup just because, again, there are no queens to defend. Because there are no queens, against Reaper aggression in the early game, link speed is a lot more necessary here for the Brutal Zerg player to defend, to survive. You have 6 lings on the way. First Reaper is in production, but I do believe that is why we've seen the rise of this opener in this matchup of Brutal Zerg versus SC2 Terran. Is to compensate for the lack of queens. But that's a lot of lings though. Jesus. That's 8 lings on the way. We do have 3point throwing down a macro hatch here on the low ground. QuanTa will confirm and does get eyes on the lings. QuanTa getting right back at home. Reaper does turn back around, so QuanTa is going to be keeping his Reaper to defend to protect that CC to make sure it does not get cancelled, and is making Marines behind this to support. As 3point is moving out, and he's still making more lings. Oh my god, he's not stopping. 3point, he's link flooding. He's straight up link flooding. No drones whatsoever, just lings across the map. And is that going to be enough to break QuanTa? Some of the boys are being pulled to help defend. Yeah, the SCVs have arrived, but is it going to be enough? Lings, they bust in, they get a surround on the Marine. And the Marine did not get the Overlord. SCVs are falling. Reaper taking a lot of damage as well. We'll have to pull away, and the CC is not delayed. Command center does complete. Lings, they bust into the main, they get a surround on one of the Marines. A bit of mismovement there from QuanTa as the production is being camped. Lings, they flood into the main base. 3 SCVs so far. They didn't quite get more. Oh, they want the Reaper though. Oh, they want it. Reaper does pull away. Nice control here out of QuanTa. Ooh, but the Reaper does fall. Reaper goes down. Lings, Marines as well. The Hellion has arrived. The help of the Hellion. Oh my, so many SCV kills. Oh my god. The link flood, it breaks through. 9 SCVs go down. And GG gets called. That is game-ending damage. And 3 points with the link flood. Deals critical damage and takes game 1. Whew. GG. Oh my god. Like, the moment that we saw the 3point just kept making lings, it's like, oh my god, he's crazy. And it barely did work out. And again, QuanTa was so close to sniping that first Overlord. That first Overlord was so low, barely did not get it. He spent a lot of DPS from the Marine on that Overlord as well, instead of on the lings. Didn't quite get it in the end. Overlord was saved, and 3point was able to snowball from there, able to bust into the main base. There was no full wall either, bear that in mind. And with that, GG. GG, well played. 3point takes game 1. I'm hoping for some longer series. Last edition, 2 weeks ago, we did have a lot of macro games between 3point and Terran players, but we're not getting that today. Period. We're getting a lot of cheese and a lot of aggression. I'm hoping for some longer games, but it's on our players. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Just catching up. Here we go. Oh, as looks like we might have picked the wrong races, so we're going to be remaking and rehosting the lobby. we'll be back. Looks like game number 2 is going to be on Golden Aura. Will be the case. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to be rectifying their races, of course, as they load into the game. And it is, in fact, confirmed Golden Aura as game number 2. And again, I'm hoping we can sink our teeth into this and have a more longer macro setup, but it's going to be up to our players here. As you can hear the beats, we are loading on in. And I'm curious if now we have QuanTa rolling that Brood War Terran race instead. I believe it is going to be his choice, whether he wants to play SC2 Terran or Brood War instead. Oh, and there it is. We have our answer. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our South Korean Terran player, the red... Oh, they changed colors. God damn it. Hold on. God damn it. There we go. We have the red Brood War Terran player. It is QuanTa. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the blue Zerg, representing Team Hyper 1. It is threepoint. Getting into game number 2 here, and now threepoint forced to play the SC2 Zerg. I'm pretty sure threepoint prefers Brood War Zerg. We have seen that before. We've seen that in the grand finals as well against Hon Mono. Meanwhile, a shout out to Lambo in the chat. God, Papi, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session, or a great stream nonetheless. Hope you had a good time. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to the StarCraft Evolution League number 2. This is becoming a more regular event. Every 2 weeks we've been hosting this tournament. If you're curious what this is not exactly SE2. It's slightly different. CC first, by the way. CC first by QuanTa. And this time, threepoint has not gone for a faster gas build. But settling into this is a mod made in StarCraft. It's been recently kind of making the rounds on other platforms. We saw a big event in Korea, of course, a big online event on the Naver platform. This is a mod where the Brood War races have been brought in to kind of face off against the SE2 races. Let's go. In this case, we have SE2 Zerg against Brood War Terran. They do, of course, in a way, take turns as well. The way that this format works is that each map, one player gets to pick whether they want to play SC2 or Brood War, and then the other player picks in the second map, and thereafter. They alternate back and forth. Do alternate. Meanwhile, behind this, QuanTa throwing down additional racks is behind this, getting up to a 4-rack setup. We've seen this before, working towards an initial Marine rush. Oh boy. Now behind this, we're going to be throwing down the Academy, bearing in mind as well, for those that are maybe unfamiliar with the Brood War Terran race, no add-ons. No add-ons, you do need an Academy for a stim. Until then, these Marines are going to be vanilla Marines, and QuanTa will soon move out once he builds up. There's the Academy on the way, again, for those upgrades. And back at home, threepoint is still a little bit in the dark, droning up, taking his third base. SCV will confirm the third is being taken. QuanTa is aware. As for the time being, threepoint is just droning up. He's got an Overlord parked outside of the natural. He's aware of at least some of these Raxes, but doesn't have the complete picture. Threepoint is still somewhat in the dark as to what's going on. As Marines are building up and banking up in the main, they're nicely spread out to deny any kind of Overlord scout to keep threepoint in the dark. And there's that stim in production. Here we go. Oh, we didn't hear the scream this time. Smooch. Stim is on the way. There's the 5th Rax as well. It's going to be a 5 Rax. Now, when we saw this build against Snogstar earlier, QuanTa did actually hit before Stim, well before, but this time we're building up. We have, of course, our comm station on the way. Comsat station even. Behind this threepoint, going for a safety baneliness. I do appreciate this. Threepoint has very limited information, so playing it safe, not taking any risks, taking any chances, we'll have banelings ready for the initial defense. Meanwhile, it looks like QuanTa's still building up. It looks like he actually won't move out until his upgrades kick in. Stim is done. Medevacs, sorry, God, I keep saying that. Medics are on the way. The SC2 brain in me, Pat. It's so far today I keep calling medics medevacs, and I keep saying at least in previous casts I keep saying it warp prison speed instead of shuttle speed. That's it. They are quite different. It's fine. It's fine. Overlord gets shut down. QuanTa does push. And at least 3Point does confirm this. We're trying to get a full scout. Alas, the Link does get in. Yeah, 3Point, he slips into the main base. He will get eyes on everything. The Raxes, the add-ons, or lack of add-ons, I should say. The tech. 3Point is aware. Back at home, Spine Crawlers are on the way. Spine Crawlers are in production. Bailings are on the way as well. Bearing in mind that this is off of Hatch Tech. No Lair, no Bailing Speed. Just Lings, Slow Banes, and Queens. Queens are amassing for 3Point. QuanTa pushing forward, still yet to stim. There we go, first stim is used. Going for the Queens. Flush Transfuse will keep them up. 3Point so far, he's holding on, he's buying time, building on more Ling Bane. Likewise, Spine Crawler buying some time as well. And it looks like we need to go for the surround. Bailey's a crash on forward, they shut down the Marines. And 3Point, yeah, he will clean this up. Again, no Marines left, only medics. I said it right that time. My brain desperately wanted to say medevacs. God damn. But the push is shut down, and QuanTa back at home now throws down a third CC. A very late expansion for QuanTa. 3Point behind this, happily mining. Now working on his lair. Roach Warren's on the way, double Evo chamber. Soon to be a fourth base as well. 3Point can't break QuanTa, but doesn't need to. 3Point has map control and can be quite greedy behind this. Joining heavily and taking advantage of that map control. The Roach Warren is an interesting choice here as well for 3Point. Looking to go Ling Bane Roach Ravager, a very kind of safe composition. Yeah, QuanTa is going to be stuck at home for quite some time. Will eventually break out. Until then, 3Point working on those range upgrades, not melee. Interestingly as well, 3Point does skip Bailing Speed, or at least does delay it. Looking to more heavily invest into Roach Ravager instead. I assumed it was going to be Roach Raveling Bane, but it may just be Roach Ravager. As Roaches are amassing. 3Point trying to get a read on where the third base is. Being thrown down towards the left-hand side. Currently, as far as 3Point knows, this could be just a follow-up 2-base all-in. 3Point is still trying to piece it all together. As Roaches are amassing back at home. That's a lot of Roaches on the way. 3Point joining up to 74. A very, very nice worker count here for 3Point. As QuanTa is just now expanding. And may opt to just turtle up back at home. He's going for a drop play, but for the most part, it's still building up. Science Vessels on the way. Against Ling Bane, they can be quite impactful, especially with Radiate. Oh, sorry, Irradiate even. Overseer will scout, will confirm the bio. Likewise, the drop gets dropped. Up. Let's go. A little bit awkward, but Bailings are involved as well. QuanTa has to pick up, has to get the hell out of there. At least is aware of the the Ling drop. Is aware, trying to intercept. Oh, he's so close! Dust him in! He gets one, he gets two. Both Overlords do go down. Drop Lords even, but here comes the Roach Ravager. And there are no tanks! Do get a surround though. Marines coming in for a flank. Ooh. Bit of friendly fire with the piles. But without tanks behind this, without a backbone to the Bio army, not so sure if QuanTa can trade well here. With the help of the Medivacs, they are holding their own. At the same time, though, Roaches are getting into the mineral lines. SCVs are going down. And we're down to 5 Marines. At the same time, Roach Ravager hits towards left-hand side in the third and in the natural. 14 SCVs go down. And counting. Yeah, just too much economic damage. And 3Point, he can just keep going from here. Baza choke points, getting top of the expansion. Medivacs to survive, but only the Medivacs! They can't support! Sorry, medics! You know what I mean. As the army does push forward. Yeah, and the medics, they just cannot hold their own. They're stuck on the wrong side of the wall. GG gets called as 3-point does overwhelm, and 3-point will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. 3-point. He was able to get a read of what QuanTa was doing, initially shut down the initial 5 racks. As a reminder, it was a very aggressive build from QuanTa, going for a 5 rack stim timing. Alas, plenty of queens, spine claws already, safety baneliness as well. If 3-point was a little bit greedier, if he was going for, say, a faster lair, faster evo chambers, if he had delayed his baneling nest, then maybe a different story. Then maybe QuanTa is able to catch 3-point with his pants down and bring him down then and there. But last 3-point was playing safe, and with that, GG. GG, well played. 3-point will take the series. And now we have to figure out where we're headed next. Oh. Here we go. As we might have another lobby ready for us.